widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attack.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Asia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic,
Einen wunderschönen guten
the biggest
Abend.
country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner.
No.
And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Ja, das war mal ein Flugzeug.
In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Ganz tragisch.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Russia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Eurasian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Russia are currently appearing throughout Eurasia.
Nah.
The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east.
Yeah.
Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Eurasian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element.
Jo.
First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops.
Ey, die sind ja mehr als
The enemy has
meine
deployed
Leute.
several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them.
Was?
They should not pose
Die
much.
wollten mich verarschen.
However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Das auch noch. Radarverteidigung. Radarverteidigung. Radar. Oh, das kriegen wir hin. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ja, jetzt gucken wir, verdienen Punkte, la la la. Sehr schön. Okay. Sie haben nicht genügend Geld. Ja, okay. Briefing. Mission starten.
Squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Ja, dann wollen wir mal sagen, ja, starten wir mal das Flugzeug hier. Mal gucken, ob ich fliegen kann. Wird für mich eine Herausforderung. Muss erstmal gleich klarkommen, wie ich damit handhab. Ach, ich bin schon in der Luft.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry.
Toll.
Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle!
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
Being attacked by enemy aircraft!
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion.
Was ist das hier für einer?
Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility. Enemy has a radar lock on you.
Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down.
La 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 la.
Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars. Shred the radar network.
Destroyed. 2 targets remaining.
That radar was just about to go online. We pushed the plan forward too fast. The base was too far from Allied territory.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
Go forward, missile inbound. Dodge! Our 6 enemies. Really good. Enemy on your rear.
Den Feind werde ich mir noch in den Hintern pieksen hier.
Trigger, there's one more to go. Hostile has a lock.
Page 2 locked.
Was? Verfehlt!
Caution, hostile has a radar lock.
Schau, wir wollen ja nichts übrig lassen, ne?
Breaking out of lock.
Break! Missile incoming!
Enemy airstrikes are falling. We're done for. The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. These seekers can sometimes use their lock-on to their targets, too. Move the enemy aircraft away from the base. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Page 2 locking.
I don't think withdraw. What? They gotta bring their buddies back from the dead?
Oh! Warte mal. Kann ich doch die andere Muni nehmen, oder nicht? Pass mal auf. Haben wir hier nicht noch irgendwas?
Breaking out of lock. Fox 2. Page 2, bandit on your 6. Missed.
Ja!
APCs have nowhere to hide.
Fox 3. Fox 3.
Breaking hostile lock.
Ist doch eine Schweinerei.
Bandit in my sights. Locked on.
Golem 2, Fox 2. All aircraft. Residential area is below.
Ha! Die Saftsäcke kriegen mich nicht. So, wo müssen wir hin? So, hier sind noch Bodenschätze.
Locked.
Page 2, target destroyed. Fox 2.
Verfehlt.
This is Skull 4. Enemy missile detected. It didn't connect. Fox 2, Fox 2.
On target 6.
Fox 2.
Missile did not connect.
Closely down, mix of veterans and rookies. Bandit has a lock. This is Rossi. Evading.
was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
HQ enemy has a lock on you. No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle.
Ach, das sind diese blöden Dinger hier.
Redo the setup. Here's some feedback for those war merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand. Wait, so you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus. This one's mine.
Fox 3.
So, haben wir soweit jetzt alle vom Luft? Ja.
Locked on.
Ja.
5 targets remaining.
Oh! Ei, 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 ei.
Target destroyed.
I got him. He's mine. They're losing it after their allies on the ground were taken out. Can't say I believe them. Enemies locked on.
Wo ist die Sausack?
No remaining special weaponry.
Column 2, you can't go after every target.
All right, this base is worth destroying. 4 targets remaining. H2, Fox 2. You're being locked onto.
Wow! Mein lieber Schwarmverein hier.
You're low on missiles.
That's a miss.
Ja, dann zerlegen wir den mal hier.
Locked.
We're taking cover in the clouds. I'm glued to this one.
So, Bodenziele sind weg. Die
The
Sausack
enemy has a
kriege
lock.
ich.
Do we really have interceptors? They're still pounding us.
You're leaving Operation Airspace.
Was? Mission gescheitert? Das ist doch die höchste Frechheit. Super. Jetzt sind wir wieder von vorne.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Missile launched.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle! Request your permission to move the vehicle! We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion.
Missile.
Enemy interceptors inbound.
Missile.
Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Missile.
Go. Here they come.
Missile.
Take them down.
Missile.
Okay, recruits.
Missile.
Pay attention
Jo.
to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire
Wer hat mich
force
denn
via
so schnell
satellites.
Kicker hier?
It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Schau mal hier.
Column 2, you We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
2 targets
Ich lasse hier
remaining.
nichts übrig. Diesmal.
That radar was just about to go online. We pushed the plan forward too fast. The base was too far from Allied territory.
Mage 2. Vehicle destroyed.
Hostile eliminated.
Mage 2 locked.
Enemy has entered clouds. In pursuit.
APC destroyed.
Missile inbound. Evade. Missile fired. Evading. The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too. Breaking out of lock. Enemy attack struck me. I'm still okay. Careful in those clouds. This one's mine. Trigger, there's one more to go. Enemy missile detected.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work.
Golem 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
Radar vehicles destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transport detected.
Vehicle down.
Fire and rear gun! Now!
Mage 2 locked.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup.
To the clouds.
Here's some feedback from those war merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand.
Fox 3.
Why don't they withdraw? What? They gonna bring their
Eieieiei. Oh ja, das war ein bisschen zu tief.
Fox 2.
You're low on special weaponry.
Wait, so you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
5 targets remaining.
Fox 2.
Caution. Pull up.
Behind one.
Locked on.
Fox 2. Enemy missile chasing me. dodged it.
You're being locked onto. Locked. Missile away.
They got a friendly! Skull 4, missile inbound. Dodge! Base is wrecked.
Four targets remaining. All right, this base is worth destroying. 3 targets remaining.
I've got the numbers and the strike.
Target is hit.
I got him. Launch operations complete. Bolts are free. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away.
Target is not struck.
Mensch, habe ich das geschafft? Ach du Scheiße, jetzt kommt die. Alter, was sind das für Kamikazen?
What happened?
Na
Status report.
super.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, Cloud. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Column 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter. He's saying the war can change in an instant, you know? Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Alter. Die Ferraris, du, ich glaub's nicht.
Missile launched.
Missile, move!
Bandit on your tail. Don't try to read their movements.
Missile evaded.
Die kriegst du, glaube ich, so nicht. Die müssen schon.
Don't ice up in there.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt. Feels like I'm riding a roller coaster up here. Bandit on your tail.
HQ, there's a missile after you.
Targeting range of guns.
That's a miss.
Yes! Einen habe ich.
Golem Squadron, surround them.
Behind target and ready to attack. H2, they have a lock on you.
Column 4, Fox 2.
Enemy on your tail.
He escaped into the clouds.
Chaff and flares launched.
On target 6.
Chaff and flares are running low.
Ah, so verschieße ich die. Jetzt habe ich sie alle verballert. Ich bin auch ein Honk, du.
Golem 2, the enemy's reading you.
Page 2, locked. Miss. That's a miss.
They have a lock on you. Shake them.
Oi.
Behind target and ready to attack.
Missed.
Verfehlt, scheiße.
Watch your tail. Enemy behind you. Locked. It's chow time. Caution, hostile has a radar lock.
Lost two.
Missile in the air, evade now!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Eieiei, das ist... Ach, selbst die Anzeige spielt damit.
Missile. Missile.
Missiles remain low.
So, scheiße, nichts mehr, keine Muni.
Missile, evade!
Mann, die sind ganz schön schnell.
Page 2, they have a lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Animation 0.
Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Fox 2. Target in range of guns.
The enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase them down and pull the trigger. I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
So, jetzt habe ich sie. Jetzt verlieren sie.
Just 2 more.
Let's get through this without any casualties.
Oh, geil. Jetzt habe ich den Dreh raus. Ich glaube, ich bin der beste Pilot. Was sagt ihr?
Locked.
Wo ist er? Da ist er.
Clouds are screwing up the accuracy. Stay sharp while you're in the clouds.
in there?
Yes!
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy
Bam,
aircraft
Alter!
confirmed down.
Ha!
The skies
Hey.
are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
Ammunition 0. Ammunition
No
0.
point arguing. That's how
Ammunition
war is
0.
these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Geil. Geilo.
Our current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damages to be public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Geilo. Best Mann hier. Bester Pilot, oder nicht? Schreibt das mal in den Chat rein. Oder in die Kommentare.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim...
So, was haben wir denn hier? Das. Ja, Leute, das war noch mal ein kurzer Einblick im Kampfpilot und wie gesagt, es war jetzt mal ein kurzer Reinschnippel. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, dass ich sowas spiele, dann gebt mir einen Daumen hoch und ja, und sonst sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mission und ja, ich wünsche euch allen einen schönen Abend, gute Bettzeit und bis dann. Ciao.